Joining us now to explain what small businesses can do to get through this difficult time from Brown Law Group is Sierra Spitzer. She's on the phone. Sierra, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, as we just heard, the government is stepping in to help small businesses. The feds, the state, even the city of San Diego offering some kind of relief. So talk to us about some of the options for small businesses and how they can access that money.
Right. I mean, there's a lot to navigate here, and it can be, very overwhelming for small business owners to take in all the information that we're getting, on a daily basis from the government, and that's changing, often on a daily basis as well. So, I've been advising clients to step back and take it one step at a time. The first thing you need to do is take a look at how you're going to manage a business that is probably now remote. So how are you going to manage employees who are now working, outside of your view or immediate control? So that's something that business owners need to keep in mind, when they're looking at how can I best keep my business afloat, keep my employees working, that they're still doing their same routines. They're clocking in and clocking out. They're observing, California law. Business owners also need to take a further step and look, who do I need? Who is essential for me to keep this business going? And, at times that's going to involve taking a look at laying off certain employees. That's a decision that business owners are having to make, but there are options within that. And for reducing their payroll overhead, you can be reducing hours, you can be making salary reductions, you can take salaried employees over to maybe an hourly schedule, all ways to reduce that overhead that's going out on a, bi-weekly basis. So, and the hope is to avoid layoffs, but of course that is the other option that, a lot of owners are being faced with. And that's where the assistance that we're seeing from both the state and federal government is coming in.
The Paycheck Protection Program from the feds, that's partial loan forgiveness. A lot of these loans, they are forgivable. Is that right?
That is correct. So the federal loan, we've been probably hearing a lot about the CARES Act, and that does include the Paycheck Protection Plan. And that is up to $10 million. And, I encourage everyone to apply now. It is already getting, overwhelmed with a lot of applications. And actually the kinks of that program are still being worked out as the government is still pumping money into that and working out the details. But yes, part of that will be forgivable and will not have to be repaid. The catch with that to keep in mind is that 75% of it needs to go to payroll in order to be forgiven. So
and
that's
that can be for even if you, and they're encouraging people, if you had to lay people off at the beginning of this, you can hire them back, and then that money can go toward that. There's also state relief, state assistance with an interest-free deferral of sales use tax up to $50,000.
That's correct. Yes. So there's the deferral tax. And in addition, there's the option to apply for a disaster loan, which can get you up to $10,000 on a pretty immediate basis. There are other smaller loan options that while you're waiting for maybe a bigger loan to come through. There are debt relief options being offered in terms of deferral of payments.
Sierra, I want to ask you quickly before we have to go, is there one streamlined place where people can access all these resources? Because there really is a lot of help out there for people.
Yes, you're right, and it can be overwhelming in that way. I would say the Small Business Administration, which is the SBA.gov, SBA.gov, is has very good information with regards to the relief for both employees and employers and just business owners and homeowners and everything. So
it's certainly an unprecedented time and an unprecedented, really, amount of help and resources out there. Sierra, thank you so much for that information, and we'll post all of this on our website. Thanks again.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.